this video, we're gonna see how my 2007 Lexus IS 350 performs in the snow. Hello and welcome to Marty Motoring. It snowed this whole past week. I commuted in this car to work, and it got me thinking, I should make a video of how this car performs in the snow. It might be worse or better than what you expect. Now this car, being a 2007, Lexus only offered the IS 350 in rear-wheel drive, and a lot of people know rear-wheel drive isn't the best choice in the snow. All-wheel drive and front-wheel drive are a lot more favorable in this type of weather. It's great for donuts and sliding, but it's not the best for traction just because the weight isn't over the rear. The engine weight is over here in the front wheels, which helps with turning, but not so much traction. So beside me here, you may see this fresh set of tires. I'm putting these all seasons on the rear just to replace what is there right now because they are pretty bald. As I've realized in this slippery weather, haven't been getting much traction. I ordered these from Walmart. They are just cheap all seasons and they should get me through winter until I can replace the tires with something more performance oriented for the spring and summer. They look like they have a pretty good tread pattern. Should be okay in the snow. Obviously, they're not gonna be as good as winter tires or like dedicated snow tires, but it will be better for my commute. They have a good tread wear and everything. So here's a look at the terribly dirty car. As you can see, all the salt has been getting on the car and just making it super dirty. I think this is the dirtiest it's ever been as far as the wheels. The snow and how they treat the roads here just really tends to make the car very dirty. So you may be wondering, how is traction in the snow? Well, if you have good tires and driving ability, it's really not that bad. As you can see, my tread really isn't that deep and the tires are pretty worn down, so I'm not getting much of any kind of traction on these rear tires, which I thought they were a lot higher before the snow hit, and I said, oh, I'll be fine, but I think I was remembering these, which are a little bit better. So the fronts are a little bit better. They have a little bit more tread. They haven't really given me any issues, so I'm not going to replace them yet and just see how the rear does with replacing those. And a quick note for any of my followers that have been following the channel, I did switch to Mobil 1 full synthetic oil, the high mileage blend, just because I do have almost 163,000 miles on this car, and it's been running great so far. The car is smoother, quieter, actually getting better gas mileage, and I haven't seen any kind of leakage or anything, so that is a good sign. I think it was a really good idea to switch to the fully synthetic. So I've done my fair share of slides in this car with the not so great traction of the rear tires and rear wheel drive. It takes a little bit of skill and practice and time to learn how to control the car in the snow. The ECT snow mode does help a little bit just to kind of like move along, but if you're stuck, you're stuck. I mean, if you don't have traction, you're still not getting out, even if you push that button. I've actually found that the ECT power with doing kind of like a manual shifting helps to get out of really stuck situations because you can just kind of spin the wheels until you get traction and go. Sometimes, unfortunately, that heats up the tires and you're just sitting in ice or snow and not going anywhere. So obviously, I would not recommend driving on almost bald tires in the winter with any drive car, especially rear-wheel drive, as I've learned. On the commute, the roads have been pretty clear, so I've been fine. I haven't gotten stuck yet, but you know, if you get to a neighborhood where they haven't quite plowed yet, you're not really gonna go anywhere. And I did almost get stuck on one road, and it was pretty scary because I would have just been stranded there. But I would recommend checking your tires before you drive in the snow. Make sure there's good tread and that you will be able to get where you need to go. I would recommend snow and winter tires, but if you get the right all-season tread and you have enough tread, you should be okay. They are a harder compound than the snow and winter tires, as those are usually the best. As everybody said, they haven't had issues, haven't got stuck. If I try to go in deep snow, I know I'll get stuck. I'm not gonna try it. And ice, you're just gonna slip no matter what tires you have. So now we'll test how this car does with the balding tires and just kind of see the wheel spin. And we'll also have the tires replaced and then see how well it does after that. Just a kind of before and after comparison. So the new tires are mounted. A little in-car footage, we have traction control off, just in regular drive. This is the terrain we're dealing with. Of course, I didn't put my seatbelt on, but we're just in my neighborhood here, and as you can see, you can get sideways, but it's only if you put a lot of gas. This car definitely is doing a lot better with these new tires.
Yeah.
Turn in. So the verdict is the car can handle good in snow with the right snow tires. If you're in a place like Pennsylvania, you can probably get away with all seasons like I do. We have a few snowstorms a year that drop a lot and the roads are cleared within a day or two. It's nothing crazy. You can get by with all seasons. If you're in a place more north than I would say Pennsylvania, like Canada, you know, upstate New York, probably want something all-wheel drive, or if this is your only car choice and you had to go rear-wheel drive, just get the best snow tires you can on the smallest wheel you can, because the tires will be cheaper when there's a smaller wheel. I have 18s with a 40 sidewall. That's not a lot of tire compared to like a 45 or 50 sidewall on a 16 or 17. Now with the 350, I'm not sure if you can fit a 16. I know you can fit certain 17s because of the bigger brakes in the front. So those are all things to research and consider and think about. It is possible to make this rear-wheel drive car perform in the snow. It's just a little bit of know-how, like I said, and the more experience you have with it, the better you get, just like anything else. Now that I'll have traction in the back, I can actually make the car go and not get stuck. Take the time to learn your car and how it handles and performs. That'll be the best thing to refer to no matter what tires you have and what vehicle you're driving. Just knowing how the car performs, where it wants to go naturally, and everything like that. So now that it's just slightly above freezing, we can rinse the car off. So if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, give it a thumbs up. As always, hit that subscribe button and support the channel. Feel free to browse the channel for all of my other Lexus IS 350 videos. And as always, leave a little rubber on the road.